welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a flip through of a gift that I made for my best friend for their birthday. So back in March we went to Disney World together. It was my first adult trip. It was our first trip together. We do not live in the same state, so we don't get to spend a lot of time together. So it was a really amazing experience. So for their birthday, I wanted to do like a scrapbook of the trip because I took lots of pictures. I'd planned to make my own scrapbook, and I thought that it would be cool to make one for them. However, I went to the craft stores, I looked at the scrapbook stuff, and I just wasn't inspired by it, and they're so expensive. And so I decided to go with something that I do know and make a bullet journal about our Disney trip. And that is where this is born. I got this larger sized bullet journal from Michael's, and I basically did my basic bullet journaling technique in it. It's a lot like my K-pop journal, but it's like a scrapbook. So it's like, I like to think of it as a memory bullet journal. I don't know. So anyway, I spent a lot of time on this. I'm really happy with how it came out. By the time I put this video up, I will have already sent it to Alex, but I am really excited to send it. So anyway, here we go. This is our cover, and let's get started. So here's our first page. It is the resort that we stayed at, the Art of Animation Resort. It's one of the budget resorts, but it was super nice and really cool themed. Our room was the Little Mermaid, so it was really neat. And here is our first experience in the Magic Kingdom. It was so cool, so unreal to actually be there after such a long time of planning and making payments, and just to be there with my best friend was really cool. And here's our pictures with Tiana and Rapunzel. It was really, these I've printed off of the internet. I was gonna try to buy some Disney stickers, but I just thought it would be better to just print off things that I needed specifically. So that's what I did. It was really cool because Rapunzel is actually my favorite and Tiana is their favorite. So it really worked out that they were both together. That's why we ended up doing it. Also, Alex got their very first bubble wand in Disney. Their mom never let them have one when they were younger. So when we got to Disney World as adults, that was like the first purchase that they made, was a bubble wand. And the first of many, actually. Here's Adventureland. This is actually on the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse thing, but there was lots of cool spots to take pictures. And I tried to focus on mostly pictures of Alex and then Alex and I together because this journal is for them, essentially. And here's the fireworks show. I actually cried during the fireworks show, and I never cry in public. I'm not a crier, so that's saying a lot. Here's our first day in Epcot. I guess this is sort of BTS related. We actually wore our BT21 headbands to Epcot. We wore some form of Mickey ears everywhere else, so we thought it'd be cool to wear those to Epcot, even though there's not a Korea pavilion in Epcot, just because, I don't know, we just thought it would be cool. And we actually did see some K-Army while we were there, also wearing BT21 stuff. And they saw my Tata headband first, and I was also wearing a BT21 shirt, but they saw my Tata headband and they were like, Tata! And I think they had on Chimmy and Tata shirts, so that was pretty cool. And honestly, this stuff is just space filler. I am the master at just filling space when I need to. And these that I use to back the pictures, I just colored like I do in my K-pop journal. I just colored big blocks of color so that they would match exactly with the lettering. And this is just a Crayola super tip that just happened to really, really match. So here's the Flower and Garden Festival page. I did not actually intend for this to be a collage, but I had so many good pictures of this that, yeah, it just turned into a collage. We didn't actually know that this was happening when we scheduled our trip. We just kind of stumbled upon it, so that was pretty cool. These are probably some of my favorite letters that I did in this journal as well. I really like the colors that I used. Here's our Spaceship Earth Greetings from the Future picture, and we also did Soren. And then here we're getting into the countries. Canada, Germany. I only took one picture in Germany, I guess. France, little Kermit. Morocco, we met Jasmine in Morocco, and a cool story about this that I actually wrote about here is that, like I said, I was wearing my Tata headband, and when I went to meet her, when we took the picture, she could also see my Tay photo card on the back of my phone, and so she had mentioned my Tata headband and asked me what he was, and I said he was Tata, and I said he was an alien or whatever, and she then saw my photo card and she asked who he was, and I said, that's Jaeyoung, he's the one that created Tata, and she said, oh, he must be a genie. And Alex and I thought that was so cute, and we thought that Tay would actually really get a kick out of that, so that's just a cute little story about meeting Princess Jasmine. And then here's China. We actually ate in China, so. Japan was probably the one that I was the most excited about because I remembered it vaguely from when I was younger, but I really, really wanted to go to the big department store there, so I was really excited to go there. And we actually tried mochi for the first time, and Alex was obsessed with it and even tried to eat mine, so. And Mexico is one of my favorite pavilions too because of the like night market thing where you go inside and it looks like it's outside at nighttime. I just think it's such a cool effect. In Norway, we waited, I think, almost 2 hours to ride the Frozen ride, but it was so worth it, and I'm really glad we did it. And the seas, and Mickey was scuba diving in there, so that was cool. And then we got to meet Mickey and friends at the end of that day. And this actually happened at the end of the third day, but I needed just a 1-page spread here, so I stuck it first. But we went to Disney Springs. We went there actually because Alex was on the lookout for these treats because I guess when they were younger, they always had to share with their brother. So they wanted one to themselves, and it actually was so huge. It kind of gave me a stomach ache because of the sugar. And I wanted to go there because I was on the hunt for some Aladdin Disney ears, and they were sold out in the Animal Kingdom. So we went to World of Disney there so I could get some. And here is the Animal Kingdom, and as you see, Alex collected another bubble wand, and it actually rained that morning when we were leaving our hotel, so we had our ponchos on, but by the time we got there, as you can see, it was really nice, and it actually ended up being one of the nicest days. It was really cool and nice there. So. Here's the safari, another instance of me making lettering way too big. Definitely the longest, putting this together I think took the least amount of time, but the thing that took the longest was making the lettering, of course, and actually printing off the pictures and resizing them to be how I would want them on the pages. And there were times when they were too big or they just didn't fit, and I had to kind of discard some pictures that I originally wanted to use. This is where we ate lunch in our We did not pay for our pictures, so we tried to take pictures of the screen of our roller coaster pictures. Alex was not thrilled about this, as you can see. Pandora was actually one of the coolest places that we went. It was not there when I went to Disney last, which was like probably 10 years ago, so it was really cool. And Cecil the Lion King, another instance of me making lettering way too big, so it had to go vertical here, but I like this style of lettering. I want to do it more often. I did it in my billboard spread for BTS. And the Rainforest Cafe. I liked to also, because like I said, the lettering took so long that if I could, I liked to use a cutout of a picture instead of lettering. So like this is like the title for the page instead of doing my own lettering. And here, as you can see, I did that same style again. I thought it was really fitting for Hollywood Studios, so there's that. And the Tower of Terror. Again, Alex was not thrilled. Even I was a little nervous about this. So, some Star Wars stuff. As you can see, I did get my Aladdin ears. We're both really big Star Wars fans, so it's cool. And again, this is not a cutout of a picture that I used. I just printed it off because at this point the lettering was getting a little tedious. I don't think it would be so bad if I did, like when I do my own, I will just do it over a period of time, but I was kind of on a time crunch to finish this, which is why I took a week off of doing K-pop journaling so that I could get this finished. So this is cool too. It was where we had lunch, and it's supposed to be another instance where it's inside, but you feel like you're outside at nighttime. So, I don't know why I like really love that stuff, but I think this is some of my favorite lettering that I did in the whole spread. I mean, the whole journal. Here's some Toy Story Land. Again, I didn't do lettering for these. I kind of used this picture and this picture to title the pages. And sometimes lettering, I just had so many pictures that lettering just wasn't gonna fit on there. And the pictures are the main thing for this, so. And this was Toy Story Mania. Yeah, I used this for that. And this was probably our favorite ride. It was super fun and super cool. And really nostalgic for us because we grew up in the 90s, so this is stuff that we had when we were kids, especially the viewfinder. We were really obsessed with the giant viewfinder stuff. Oh, and I won every time. This is where we had dinner, and this sticker actually came from there. They gave us these stickers when we were done eating, so I kept those to put in here. Here we met Sully and Mike and Olaf. I still have it. I made lettering for Olaf, this huge, pretty lettering for Olaf, and then I forgot about it because how I started doing it was I would print all the pictures and do all the lettering for one park in a day, and then the next day I would put it all together. So I did the lettering earlier and forgot about this one. For some reason it was like hidden in a stack of stuff, and decided to combine these two, and then found it, and it was way too big to put on the page, so it didn't get used. It's really pretty, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I just can't bring myself to throw it away. And then our last day, which was also in the Magic Kingdom, so a lot more castle pics. You just can't get enough castle pictures when you're at Disney World. Splash Mountain. We took a lot of good pictures in Splash Mountain, so I wanted to give it like a full spread. And this is some of my favorite lettering that I did also. It kind of looks like a beach, like it was supposed to look like a mountain with water at the bottom, but it kind of looks like a beach, but that's okay. It's so cool. And our ponchos again. There's Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair. This ended up having to be a 2-page spread because of the lettering was so big. So it really didn't need to be originally, but I did make the pictures kind of big because they're kind of far away. So I wanted to be able to see all the characters like Tiana and Rapunzel and Mickey and Elsa and Anna and everybody. So this was like a show that they did every couple hours of the Magic Kingdom. It was really cool. I enjoyed it. Here's our Space Ranger spin, another viewfinder, another instance of me winning. Haha. So I like the colors that I did for this spread. And then the Mad Tea Party. I love cutting things out and kind of placing them over pictures. So I actually took these pictures with that in mind, like knowing that I would do that when I scrapbooked it. So that's how deep I am in this. And here, I guess, the Beauty and the Beast restaurant. We actually didn't think we were gonna get to eat here because when we did all of our reservations, there weren't any left. But I read somewhere that you should check the day of or early the day before, and I did that, and we ended up getting a reservation. So this is cool. It's like a tiny castle at the top of the restaurant, but it's made to look like the Beast's castle in the distance, so it was really neat. And we met Merida. I wanted to do a full page for Merida too because Merida is one of their favorites, so we took lots of pictures in that area. It was a really cool little area too. And Peter Pan's Flight. We had to ride Peter Pan's Flight because I talked about how when I was little, I used to be afraid of these parts where you're like flying over it. I used to think that you could like fall down there and get stuck. So yeah. And there were cool like shadows on the wall like when we were waiting in line. So. And here's the parade. I don't know why I decided to do red and black. It kind of reminds me of the Dalmatians. I don't know why I did that, but as I always say, when in doubt for space filler, add polka dots. And I wanted to do these really nice pictures of Tiana because Tiana is one of Alex's favorites. So. And then here's kind of a personal letter, and then to be continued because we'll hopefully do this again soon. So, and yeah, there are pages left, but that's okay because these get really thick when you're adding pictures and stuff into it. So you don't want it to be too thick or the binding will come apart. So yeah, that is my memory journal for my best friend Alex. I plan to make one for myself. Maybe I will record some of those spreads. If you are interested in seeing that, let me know. I could do that. So anyway, that's my little flip through. I spent a lot of time on this and I took time off of K-pop journaling for it, so I thought I might make a little video about it, kind of showing you guys what I've been working on. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this or you want to see videos like this or you just want to see me apply this to K-pop journals and you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can see when I make other videos. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next video.